Okay, hello. Good day, everyone. So we are now on our second chapter for this subject, Introduction to Agricultural Commodity and Entrepreneurial Development. Okay, so we are done with our chapter 1. So we will now proceed on our chapter 2, the marketing strategy of agricultural products. So this includes the basic concepts of agricultural marketing, the need for planning, and the process of marketing planning for agricultural products. Okay. Now, at the end of this chapter, of course, you will be able to familiar with the basic concepts of agricultural marketing strategy. Explain the need for planning and marketing of agricultural products. Discuss the types of plan and develop marketing plan for agricultural products. Okay. Now for the first subtopic of this chapter, the basic concepts of agricultural marketing strategy. Okay, this involves the agribusiness corporate strategy. So an organization's corporate strategy is reflected in the statement of its overall objectives and the means by which of these are to be met. Okay, so the statement of the overall objective, that's the organization corporate strategy. Of course, important in the business. So corporate strategy is usually stated in such a way to convey the reasons for its existence. Of course, the CS or the corporate strategy is stated to convey the reasons for the existence of your goal in the agri-business. So that is the mission and the business it is in or wishes to be in. So that's the corporate strategy. Meaning to say, you have the goal, you have the mission, you have the vision, and of course, magbuhat taan ng mga mission, vision, goals, and objectives dapat existence, dapat na ay purpose. Okay. Now, the business policy. So when we say policies, these are bodies of rules established to guide the managers in their decision making. So in essence, a policy prescribes the boundaries of the alternative courses of action which the organization leaves open to him or her within a defined set of circumstances. So policy, it is a rules established. So role na daan siya, a policy na siya to guide the manager in their decision making. So thus, for example, a manager whose soft fruit is losing sales in export markets because competitors are offering extended credit to importers. That is the may be constrained in his or her actions by the company policy with respect to the credit. Of course, ikaw nga manager ka, wala kay halin, okay, wag kay halin no sa pag-export, sa export market, wala kay halin sa imong mga prutas nga gi-export because ang imuhang kalaban, okay, kay gi-extend niya ang iyahang credit no sa mga importers. So, okay ra, utang lang sa. So, nga na siya. So, ikaw gid mismo nga nangitag halin pa karon, so ginid kag money, pildi gid ka sa katong ipautang sa nga mga produkto. Kay wala na sa imuhang company policy nga kanang credit nga term. Okay, you have gusto mo cash business gid na siya. Okay. So mao na ang kaalkansi pod niya. Kay naa kay business policy, and that's important in the business. You have the policy, you have the guide for your decision making. Okay. So when we say marketing planning, so basically planning, mag-tag planning, it involves setting objectives, designing and implementing a program to achieve the organization's objectives and having a monitoring and control mechanism to ascertain whether the planned program is on track or has achieved its desired objectives. So planning gani involves setting objectives. You have objectives. You designed a program. After designing a program, you implement a program to achieve your organization objective. Magbuhat lang kag objective, nga di nimo lihokon, wa gid kay magbuhat sa imuhang agribusiness. Okay. Important yun na siya. So, Greenlee differentiates between the corporate planning, strategic planning, and operational planning. So, maning three types of planning nato. Natay corporate planning, strategic planning, and operational planning. So, when we say corporate planning, according to Greenlee, corporate planning is the organization's overall planning system, and its two principal constituent parts are strategic and operational planning. So si corporate planning ang overall planning system. Ginatawag na to ang corporate planning ang overall planning system. So constituent lang niya si strategic o si operational. So strategic planning begins with an assessment of an organization's internal and external environment. So strategic planning dapat na assessment sa organization ninyo. Okay, internal man or external. Internally, externally, you assess your organization. What is our strength? What is our weakness? What is our opportunities? And who are our threats? Okay, mo nang gintawag nato nga SWOT analysis, situation analysis. So, sa organization pa lang daan mahitabo si strategic planning. Okay, unsa po rin si operational planning? Operational planning can be further divided into short and long-term planning. So, manang si operational planning. Matawag na ito nga short-term and long-term planning. So, first, sa short-term operational planning, gintawag ni siya nga tactical planning. Short-term tactics lang, diretso. Mao ni atong plano karon kanina lang, no? Okay. Tactics and strategy differ in several important respects. Okay. Tactics gani relate to the following of a plan to achieve the short-term objectives. Thus, the tactics equate to the marketing plan rather than the marketing strategy. So, marketing plan, mga short-term plan. So, strategic marketing would establish policies for each element of the marketing mix and would specify how resources are to be deployed. Okay, mo nang sa strategic marketing. When we see tactics, it deals with the marketing problems in the short term. Okay, kung naay problem on the market sa atong product, mangita na ta unsa atong mga taktika nga atong buhaton with our tactics. So mao na ang ginatawag nga tactics nga ma-employed lang siya in the short term planning. So nahibalaan si strategic marketing og si tactics. Okay. So the characteristic of marketing and operational planning. Okay, again si corporate planning, under lang niya si strategic planning and si operational planning. Okay, sa figure nga inyo nakita, si strategic planning, it shapes the organization and its resources. Assess the impact of environmental variables, takes a holistic view of the organization, develops overall objectives and strategies concerned with the long-term success of the organization. So strategic planning, long-term success of the organizations. And it is a senior management responsibility. Tako, taas, top management. So operational planning, iyang characteristics deals with the current deployment of resources. Current deployment sa resources. Develops tactics rather than the strategy. The project's projects current operations into the future, makes modifications to the business functions but not the fundamental changes, and it is the responsibility of the functional managers. So si strategic, responsible ang senior management responsibility, while sa operational planning, ang mga functional managers. Okay, manang sa marketing planning nato. Okay. Now we move forward to the strategic business units, or ginatawag nato nga is BU. Strategic business units are an autonomous division or organizational unit small enough to be flexible and large enough to exercise control over most of the factors affecting its long-term performance. Because the strategic business units are more agile and usually have independent missions, and objectives. So they allow the owning conglomerate to respond quickly to changing economic or market situations. So autonomous division or organizational unit. That is strategic business units. So the concept of SBU was developed as a means of retaining the vitality of the entrepreneurial spirit by giving the management a high degree of responsibility and autonomy in decision making. So the SBU becomes a separate business entity. Kahit na siya, although still belonging to a larger commercial enterprise, having its own defined business strategy and a management with the direct responsibility for its profits and sales performance. Okay, SBUs can be based around individual brands, but it is more common for a large corporation to break down its business according to either product categories, example the fertilizers, grain trading and farm buildings, or the market served like agriculture, distribution, and construction and design. Okay. So, sige nga ng SBO, pwede sa individual brand, pero common gini siya ginagamit sa mga large corporation. Ano man, to break down the business. Gina-break down ang business according to categories and according to the market served. Sabdan. Understand. Si SBO, okay, most common sa large corporation. Now, the need for marketing planning in agricultural products. Okay. So, balik tayo sa strategic planning, okay, it began as a response to the inadequacy of assuming that the future will look very much like the past. It is dangerous for a business to extrapolate in economies and markets that are developing and changing. So, delikado gid sa business kung ma-extrapolate sa economies and the markets nga developing and changing. So, Acker explains that the strategic planning encourages enterprises to abandon the notion that past extrapolations can be relied upon as a basis for the future actions. Rather, they should assume that there will be discontinuities between the past and the future. So, it is also known as strategic market planning. So, the strategic planning, it is also known as strategic market planning when its focus is upon the market environment within the enterprise or which the enterprise must operate. Okay. So this reflects the fact that what an enterprise plans to do now in order to prepare for future developments in the market, it should be based upon a detailed understanding of that market and not on mechanistic projections of the past and the present patterns. Okay, dapat palang karon mahibal-an na or nakasabot na siya sa market, sa projection sa past and the present patterns. So, magbuhat kag market planning. So, strategic market planning enables organizations to anticipate events rather than merely react to them. Okay. So, muna ang atong market planning. Now, Acker itemizes the following benefits of that strategic market planning. Unsay benefits sa atong strategic market planning? First, it focuses management's attention on external events, especially those representing threats and opportunities. Okay. Management attention on external events. Gina-focus niya sa gawas, mga external happenings. So, mutan-aw ta unsay opportunity sa atong business, unsay atong threats sa atong business. Second, it lacks the management into taking a long-term perspective when the pressures are to adopt a short-term focus with the grave dangers of making strategic errors. Third, it changes the basis on which resource allocation decisions are made. It provides a strategic management control system. So monitoring and control are an integral part of the strategic management. Fifth, it provides a vertical and horizontal communication and coordination system. And six, it helps enterprises operating in a rapidly changing and unpredictable environments to cope with. Okay, that's the 6 benefits of the strategic market planning. Okay, now we will proceed on the process of marketing planning for agricultural products. Okay, the process of marketing planning for agricultural products. So sa akong ginayong na atay gitawag nato nga SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis constitutes the diagnosis stage. The objective and the strategy stages are the planning activities and the action plan and monitoring. Evaluation and control stages are the action part of the plan. Okay. So naay SWOT analysis nga atong buhaton sa atong business. So before starting the business, you have to know the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So unsa ang SWOT gani? S stands for the strengths, W for weakness, O for opportunities, and the T for the threats. Okay. So for that diagram, okay, example ang company mission or objectives, okay, naka-strategic market plan, naka-trust, objective and resource allocation, down to the functions, plans, and programs. So you have specified the tasks, deadlines, and the responsibilities, then to the budgets and performance measures. Of course, after that, monitor and control. So you have the performance against objective and the validity of assumptions. So you have to monitor after implementing that program. Okay. Now we will discuss on the different types of plans. Okay, what are the different types of plans? So there are 7. Okay, 7 types of plans. 1 corporate plans, 2 divisional plans, 3 the product line plans, 4 the product plans, 5 the brand plans, 6 the product or market plans, then 7 the functional plans. When we see corporate plans, it is an overall master plan of the organization and its division setting out what the business intends to be over a given time horizon. Okay, that's corporate plans, the overall master plan of the organization. Divisional plans, it is a plans for each division of an organization. Para ang word ng division of an organization showing how it intends to carry out the corporate plan and makes its contribution to it. Okay. The product line plans, it is a plans for a series of products within the product range. So, ano gitawag nga product line, series of product within the product range. For examples, a plans to increase a range of the canned fruits. Okay. Ang product plans, kalayan po sa product line niya, ang product plans, it is the plans for individual products lang within a range. Okay. Ilan na to? Ang product line, a series of products. While the product plans, it is the individual products within the range. So the decision may be to delete, expand, or you have to develop the product. Okay. The brand plans, it is the plans for an individual brand. For example, market repositioning, repackaging, or the deletion of the brand. Ito mo ng brand plans. Then, the product or market plans. Market plans yun ni siya. It is the plans which spell out what the organizational plans to do in each product or market services. Okay. Spell out what the organizational plans do. So, ilang buhaton sa product or services. Then the functional plans, it is the plans for advertising, selling, and the market research department. It involves decisions on budgets, resources, and functions. So, those are the 7 types of the plans. So, in our objectives, okay, you have, after this topic, you have to develop the marketing plan. Okay, so before developing the marketing plan, I want you to know the contents of the marketing planning for agricultural products. So marketing planning lang siya for agricultural products. Okay, this is the content. So marketing plan, na-discuss namin yung sa inyong business plan o sa inyong Entrep Mind, ang uban. This is a part of your business plan lang. Part 3 ata ni siya sa inyong business plan. Short lang ni siya. Okay. The contents of marketing plan, step 1, of course, you have to do the executive summary. When we see executive summary, it is the planning document should start with a short summary of the main goals and recommendations to be found in the main body of the plan. A summary permits the management to quickly grasp the major directions of the plan. So, sa executive summary nato na ang brief summary highlighting the plan's purpose, o say purpose nimo ana nga product, nganong gibuhat nimo na, then the target audience kinsa, the major marketing objectives, your objectives and goals, what are your desired positioning, then the marketing mix strategies katong 4 P's, the product, price, place and promotion, and evaluation, the budget and the implementation plans. So dapat sa executive summary nakadetalye na siya. Short lang, summary man ta, short lang na siya. So naa na dapat si purpose, si target audience, objective, positioning, marketing mix, evaluation, the budget, and the implementation plans. So first, gina siya si executive summary. Step 2 nato, buhato nato ang background, purpose, and the focus. Begin by noting the social issue the project will be addressing, and then summarize the factors that have led to the development of the plan. Okay. The problem statement may include epidemiological, scientific, or other research data related to agricultural marketing commodity. After that, you develop a purpose statement that clarifies the benefit of successful campaign. Then, from the vast number of factors that might contribute to this purpose, select only one focus. Then, you have to include the corporate objective. So, ang ginana ko corporate objective, your overall objective. Okay. Step 3, strategic marketing audit. A marketing audit is a comprehensive, systematic, independent, and the periodic examination of a company's or the business units, like marketing environment, objective strategies and activities with a view to determining problem areas and opportunities and recommending a plan of action to improve the company's marketing performance. The marketing audit helps in analyzing and evaluating the marketing strategies, activities, problems, goals, and results. So, these are the 6 steps for conducting marketing audit. First, you assemble an overview. You have an overview of your company. Second, describe your marketing goals and objectives. Third, describe your current and target customers. Fourth, describe your product or services. Fifth, identify 3 to 6 competitors. Then, you have to begin to outline a communication plan. So, mauna ing pagbuhat sa atong SMA or the Strategic Marketing Audit. Okay. Then, after that, step 4 nato, you have to conduct a situation analysis. Situation analysis mo nang itawag nato, first ang SWOT analysis. You have to identify the SWOT analysis in your business. So by constantly monitoring and reviewing the organization's strength, weakness, threats, and opportunities, this is an extremely important part of the marketing plan. Pinaka-importante ni siya nga part. The purpose of situation analysis is to investigate the company's own strengths and weaknesses. Strength and weaknesses is our internal analysis. And you have to discover the threats and opportunities in the environment. That is the external analysis. So it can avoid the threats and take advantage of the opportunities. So threats have to be analyzed to see if they are negative or neutral. And the threats may be insignificant. So the situation analysis helps identify the answer to the four basic questions. First, where is the organization now? How did it get there? What conditions is it heading into? And what strategy should it adapt for the future? Okay, that's the four questions. So after that, the SWOT analysis, you have the marketing assumptions. Key marketing assumptions are learning from a review of similar prior efforts and additional exploratory market research. A good marketing plan is based on a deep customer understanding and knowledge, but it is not possible to know everything about customer. So a lot of different things are assumed about customer. For example, atong target buyer assumptions about who the target buyers are. Or matang gitawag nato nga buyer personas. The buyer personas. So later akong i-discuss part na sa inyong activity ang buyer persona or the target buyer assumptions. You have to assume kinsa iyang target buyer. Ipang list ninyo and then the background appeal ninyo na. Okay? Assumptions about the target's buyer. Kinsa ka iyang mga target buyer. Then messaging or offering assumptions. Assumptions about what customers think are the most important features of products to be offered. So, kanang ginahuna-una niya nga pwede na to, usa nga produkto ang ma-offered no, sa company. Okay. Then, step 5 na ta. You have to select your target market. Sa step 4, namamtay assumption kisa itong mga buyer persona. Then, step 5 na ta, select a target market. So, market segments are based on product or customers' characteristics. So, typical product characteristics are different sizes, prices, and colors, whereas customer characteristics may be age, sex, income, social class, geographical location, or personality. So, description of target market, it includes the demographics, the geographic, the readiness to buy, relevant behaviors, the values and lifestyle, the social networks, and the community assets relative to the plan's purpose and focus. So muna ang iyang demographics, inumin mo ang imong target market. Okay. Target the business, example the business nga magtukod kadi sa Claveria, Misamis Oriental, and our target market mga or adult age 37 to or this product is only for male blank blank blank. So ana na siya. Define dapat imong target market. Define ang edad, ang sex, ang gender, ang culture, pilang mga religion, kung paraan sa lang ng imong product. At kung sa tanan, true to all, that describe lang true to all, then nga naman. Then the rationality of the target market research findings providing a rationale for targeted market, including the factors such as size, problem incidence, problem severity, defensiveness, okay, mo na siya, relative to the plan's purpose and area of focus. So, naka-rationality of the target market. Okay, now proceed to sa step 6, the objectives. Button. So after identification, the opportunities and challenges, the next step is to develop the marketing objectives that indicate the end state to achieve. So marketing objective reflects what an organization can accomplish through marketing in the coming years. So magbuhat ng objective, it should be quantifiable, measurable, achievable, communicable, and consistent. Or tawag na ito nga SMART. So mga S, specific, measurable, achievable, reliable, and time-bound. Okay, mauna, timana ng SMART nga word sa pagbuhat sa objective. So, objective may be stated in economic or subjective terms. So, example sa atong diagram, atong objectives, na directional objective, performance objectives, internal objectives, and external objectives. So, strategy na siya, and then the measurement. So, estudyan na ang pagbuhat sa objective relate to the product. Dapat specific na, measurable ba na siya, mo-achieve ba na ninyong objective, it will be reliable objective and time-bounded objective. Okay. After that, core strategy. So the core strategy is a statement of what an organization is offering to create a preference for its product and services in the marketplace. So through a careful examination of a customer and his or her needs and wants, the organization can determine what is required to create a differential advantages. So sa core strategy, buhaton na ninyo ang marketing mix. Kung sa inyong product strategy, what are your pricing strategy to be used? What are your promotion strategy and your distribution strategy? Product strategy, pricing strategy, promotion, and place. So, discuss ta diha. Nagya po na sa inyong next activity ninyo. Okay. After that, you forecast the expected result. So, marketing managers have to forecast the expected result. They have to project the future numbers, characteristics, and trends in the target market. So, without proper forecasting, the marketing plan could have unrealistic goals or fall short on what is promised to deliver. Okay. Forecasting customer response, forecasting marketing cost, forecasting the market, and forecasting the competition. So, muna i-forecast na to. Step 9 na to, create alternative plan. So, an alternate marketing plan is created and kept ready to be implemented at the place of primary marketing plan if the whole or some part of the primary marketing plan is dropped. Kung ginadrop ang katong mga primary nga plano nato, so dapat na kay alternative plan. Ano yung buhaton? Then marketing budget, of course, the marketing budget is the process of documenting the expected cost of the proposed marketing plan. Expected cost siya. So one common method to allocate marketing budgeting is based on a percentage of the revenue. Other methods are comparative or you can afford, and then the task method. Then step 11, last step, action plan. Implementing a marketing program involves deciding in a long, medium, and short-term activities for all marketing functions. So decisions have to be made on budgets, staffing levels, how to communicate the elements of the plan, coordination of activities, and motivating people to carry out the plan. So nanakay mga action plan na buhaton. Okay. And that's the contents of our marketing plan. So, okay, that's the end of our chapter 2. And of course, you have laboratory exercise number 2 that is given to you. 4 questions. And you have to answer that. And your next activity, of course, after the laboratory activity, is to create the market plan. Okay. So the market plan or the marketing planning for agricultural products. So as of now, so you have to decide what will be your product. Okay. What will be your product? It's just like a business plan. Business plan on kamote chips, mga ana. Again agricultural products lang ang atong buhaton. So for the next video, I will explain to you the format of the activities. And these activities, of course, is your midterm project. Okay? The marketing planning for agricultural products or the marketing plan. So, your instructors will group you. So, ito na ka-group na, mas maayon na siya. And then, groupings will have to decide kung sa ang inyong buhatan nga marketing plan. Okay? So, sa abang sections, muna inyong buhaton gyapon. Okay, marketing planning. So, the format will be given to you. As you receive the format, kamo na discuss sa inyong grupo kung unsa ang inyong buhaton. Again, this is the midterm project and dapat mahuman na po dahil ninyo siya at the midterm week. Kana lang kung midterm week na, mapasa na ninyo. And of course, don't forget to answer the laboratory exercise number 2. And that's all for the chapter 2, and I will be back continuing this chapter for the format of the marketing plan. And thank you.